What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be making my way too early predictions for the next NFL season. Now this is going to be tough because we haven't seen the draft yet. We don't know what new rookies each team's going to get. There's going to be a lot of off-season trades, free agency pickups. So it's going to be, this might change a lot before the season starts. And we'll make another video when that time comes. But we're going to be making our predictions as it stands right now. But first, thank you all so much for 200 subscribers. I really appreciate it. Thank you to every single one of you who has subscribed over the past year since we made this channel. And how we're going to be doing this is we're going to be going through each division. And in each division, I'm going to tell you who I think is going to come out on top, meaning who's going to win the divisional round and represent their division. Yeah, in the divisional round. I'm all messed up right now. But starting off in the AFC West, the AFC West champions, it's going to be the team on the screen right here, the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, okay? We'll have to see later on in this video, but I do think they're still going to be good enough at least to win the division. Like the Chiefs or not, I hate the Chiefs, but the bottom line is they are one of the best teams in the NFL, and they are at least the best team in their division. Now we have the most difficult division in all of football. This is going to be another very close year for every single team in this division. There's not going to be one team in this division who's going to be completely out of it and have like a 5-win season. That's not going to happen with any of these teams because they are all very, very talented teams. But I do believe the best team coming out of the AFC North is the Baltimore Ravens, and that's coming from a Steelers fan, okay? I'm a Steelers fan, and I'm saying they're going to win our division. I do think we will be second, very closely followed by the Bengals and the Browns. The reason I have the Bengals and the Browns behind the Steelers is because the Steelers usually do very, very well in division play. For example, this year we went 5-1, I believe. Yeah, 5-1 in division play. So that's why I think they're going to be behind us. I think we're going to have the same record, but I think we're going to have the tiebreaker over both of them. But Ravens will be on top by about a win or two, I believe. But do not sleep on any of the other teams in the AFC North. Now we're going to have a very up-and-coming team win their division, the AFC South. We're going to have C.J. Stroud, the second-year player out of... Where is he out of? I do not completely remember. I watched him in college, but I cannot remember where he's from for some reason. But, Ohio State, that's right. C.J. Stroud and the Texans going to lead them to a division title. And here's why I think this. Well, first of all, C.J. Stroud had one of the best rookie years I've ever seen in my lifetime. My lifetime hasn't been that long, though, so I'm sure there's been better. But C.J. Stroud is a great player, and I think he's going to only continue to get better. That was only his rookie year, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. And, man, I really like C.J. Stroud. I love how he plays. He can run himself sometimes, and he's got some great players on his team. I think the Texans are going to continue to get better every year that C.J. Stroud is at the quarterback position. So, Texans will win their division, the AFC South, and make it into the divisional round. Now, this was another tough one for me to decide on because I'm very high on the Dolphins, who I think is going to come second in the AFC East behind this team, the Bills, with Josh Allen at QB. He's got an insane arm. He can throw really deep. He's got a great receiver in Stephon Diggs, great tight end duo in Dalton Kincaid, and who's the other guy? Dawson Knox, that's right. He's got a great team overall. They've been very good for the last 5 years, probably, since Josh Allen's taken over. But they really have not been able to go too far in the playoffs. So we'll have to see if this will finally be their year. I don't know if it will be. Now, here are my 3 teams who got into the wild card round but got eliminated once they got into the wild card round. We have the Miami Dolphins, the Pittsburgh Steelers, and the Los Angeles Chargers, which I really question putting in here because, man, you know, they didn't have a great year this year. But I do still trust Justin Herbert. He's got some great pieces around him. He's got Austin Eckler. He's got Mike Williams. Oh, let me think. Who else is on that team? Oh, man. I can't think off the top of my head right now. But they've got a very good team overall. And I think they're going to get the 7 seed most likely. Steelers, maybe 6 seed, maybe? Yeah, I'll give them the 6 seed. And then the Dolphins with the 5 seed. But they all got eliminated first round in my prediction. Now we move to the NFC with probably the second best division in all of football, NFC West. They have the Niners. Then you also have the Seahawks and the Rams. I'm going to have the Rams at number 2 in the division, Seahawks at 3, and then you have the Cardinals, who's going to probably land bottom of the line, bottom of the barrel. You never know, though. Cardinals could make a huge comeback with Kyler Murray back, but 49ers going to come out on top and represent their division in the playoffs, and I think I'm also going to predict they get the number 1 seed. Yeah, I'm going to say that right now. Another very good division. Now we have the NFC North, but I do think the Detroit Lions are going to come out on top. But you have to also remember there are some other very good teams in this division. Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears, who, you know, they haven't had the best last couple of years, but honestly, I feel it in my bones that this year the Bears are going to do something. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy. I don't think they're winning the Super Bowl or anything. I think maybe they have a chance of sneaking into the playoffs. That's just my opinion, though. Leave your opinion in the comments, by the way. I love to see you guys discussing who you think, what you disagree with. Please be respectful to everyone. Everyone has their own opinions. I've seen some not so nice replies to some people's comments. So keep it respectful in the comments. But yeah, leave your opinion. Now we move to one of the worst divisions in football. We have the NFC South. But there's a team I really like in the NFC South. There's 2 teams I actually like in the NFC South. But this is a team I'm going to have winning it on the screen. The Buccaneers. I liked what Baker Mayfield did towards the end of last year. He led them to a playoff berth. And they won a game against the Philadelphia Eagles. So I'm really high on them. I think they're going to have another solid year. Maybe go 10-7, 11-6. Maybe a little better than last year. But their division's not that difficult. They have the Saints, who are pretty even in talent with them. That's the other team I'm pretty high on. But then they have the Panthers and the Falcons. Falcons, though, I could see them doing something. Got some young players on that team. But they're Desmond Ritter's at QB. So unless they get a new QB in the draft, I don't know if they're going to do anything crazy. Oh, sorry. Okay. Buccaneers, though, representing the South. And that is all of our division champions. So now we're going to move on to the next round. Oh, shoot, sorry. We have one more division. The NFC East, the second best division in football, probably. You could debate. But, okay. I know I have a lot of Eagles fans. A lot of Eagles fans who watch my videos. Now, to all your Eagles fans, I am just putting this based off of what I have seen, okay? Don't come after me. Don't hate after me. I think the Cowboys have a better team. One reason for that, Micah Parsons, third best defensive player in football. I don't know. T.J. Watt's number 1, I believe. But T.J. Watt's number 1 right now, I think. But then, in the last 10 years, I think I got to give it to Aaron Donald there. But NFC East champions gonna be Dallas Cowboys, and that is a big feat for them because they have the Eagles, the Giants, and the Commanders in their division. All teams who have had solid last couple of years, besides the Commanders, pretty much. The Giants are on an uprise at the moment. I think they've got like a 9-8 season in them for this next year. And the Eagles started, what did they start? 11-0, did they? No, 11-1, I think, is what they started. And then they lost 6 in a row. They lost 7 in a row, actually. 6 in the regular season. And then they lost the wild card round to the Buccaneers. And yeah, that was just the end of their year, and it was a rough ending. But just because of that little run there, the Eagles had, losing streak, I should say, I'm going to give it to the Cowboys in the NFC East. Eagles fans, though, I do think you're going to have a solid year. Maybe you'll go 10-7, 11-6. But I think you're going to lose first round in the playoffs again. So that is it for all the divisions, and now we move on to the conferences. Now we have my wild card predictions for the NFC. We have the Rams, the Packers, and the Eagles. This is what I think. All solid teams. Rams, they're on a little bit of an uprise. They have a solid veteran QB. Then the Packers, who might have struck gold with Jordan Love, honestly. Wasn't looking good at the beginning. They lost Aaron Rodgers. And then they picked up this young guy, and he didn't do so good the first year. But then, recently, starting to do pretty well. And then the Eagles, we all know Eagles have a super team. Well, they used to, but they're slowly losing pieces, in my opinion. And the Eagles fan base is not very happy. Trust me, I live in Eagles territory. As a Steelers fan, it's tough. but they are very upset with how last season ended. But I do think they'll make the playoffs again, but they'll probably lose round 1. And to be completely honest with you, I feel like the Eagles are kind of going downhill with their whole franchise. They're slowly losing pieces. They're going to lose Jason Kelce this year. He just announced he's officially retiring. They lost Gardner Johnson last year, who was a solid cornerback. Man, I feel like they're slowly losing pieces. I do still think they have one of the best rosters in the NFL. What I'm really questioning is their coaching staff. And, yeah, some of their decisions there I don't really agree with. We'll have to see how their offseason goes, though. They're going to need some young talent. They're going to need to find someone to take over Jason Kelce's. But obviously, you can't really fill a void that big with Jason Kelce, one of the best centers of all time. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting what the Eagles decide to do this year. I do still have hope in them. I think they could do something good this year. But I do have them losing round 1. Next up, we have the AFC Championship game. Here is my predictions. I think the 2 teams who are going to come out on top is going to be the Bills, okay? Stay with me, and the Chiefs, yeah. I hate to put the Chiefs here because it's getting kind of old of them dominating every single year. But realistically, they have one of the best coaches we've seen over the last 20 years, pretty much. I mean, besides Bill Belichick, obviously. But that's being Andy Reid is who I'm talking about. And they have one of the best quarterbacks of all time who's shaping out to have similar success to Tom Brady. I'm not going to say he's going to be as good as Tom Brady, but I think he could come very close. He's only this is his 6th year, and he's already won 3 Super Bowls. Won MVPs. He's going crazy, honestly. And, yeah, Buffalo Bills, they're going to keep it close, okay? But the winner is the team who is going to go to the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Chiefs. I'm sorry. I hate to do that. I really don't want to have another Chiefs Super Bowl, but realistically, if I'm trying to make an accurate prediction, it probably will be them. I mean, maybe not probably, but there's a good chance it'll be them. Okay, so this is shaping out to be one of my least favorite Super Bowls ever, but I'm just trying to be accurate, honestly. Everyone's going to hate this. Nobody wants to have this Super Bowl. Realistically, these are the best teams in the NFL. Okay, this is tough for me. I'm a Steelers fan, alright? We hate the Cowboys. But I think they're going to be in the AFC Championship. I think they're going to play the 49ers. And I think they're going to beat the 49ers. Oh my gosh, I hated saying that. But if the 49ers won, we would have had the same Super Bowl we had last year, which would be a disaster. We do not want the 49ers and Chiefs. I was not excited at all for this year's Super Bowl. And I want to be excited for one. But I'm probably still not going to be this year because the Cowboys and the Chiefs are going to play. And here is my final prediction. Who will win the Super Bowl? 2 teams I hate with a burning passion. The only team I hate more than these 2 is the Ravens. But I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win Super Bowl. What Super Bowl even is this now? 59, 60? I don't know, man. Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. And here's my award predictions. Let me do this real quick. MVP is going to... Oh my, this is tough. I'm doing this on the spot right now. I didn't even have this planned. The MVP is going to go to probably a quarterback because that's what award it is every year. Thinking through who's going to have a great season. CJ Stroud. Hate me if you want. I don't care. He's a 2-year player. You don't usually see 2-year players win an MVP, but it's going to be him winning the MVP. Coach of the Year is going to go to... Oh man, this is tough. Coach of the Year, let's give it to... Oh, what's his face? The Lions coach. Is it Campbell, right? Let me look this up real quick. Yes, it is Dan Campbell, the Lions head coach. He's going to win Coach of the Year. He's going to lead the Lions to have a great year. Then, Offensive Player of the Year is going to go to Justin Jefferson. Defensive Player of the Year is going to go to Micah Parsons. Comeback Player of the Year, someone who's going to shock the world. Let's give this one to... Who had a bad year? Let's give it to... Oh, man, this is tough, honestly. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to hand the Comeback Player of the Year to... Desmond Ridder. Okay. Guys, I'm just having fun at this point. Don't hate on me, please. Desmond Ridder is going to win Comeback Player of the Year. And then the last award, Rookie of the Year. This is going to be insanely difficult to predict because we don't even know who the rookies are yet. But we're going to give it to Bo Nix. He's going to go to the NFL. He's going to get a starting job on hopefully the Steelers, but probably not. They said they're not really looking for a QB because we're stupid. We don't know how to make decisions. But it's probably going to be Bo Nix. But a runner-up for this award could be Michael Penix or Caleb Williams. So there you have it. There is my award predictions and full season predictions and Super Bowl winners. I think the Cowboys are going to win the Super Bowl. I hate saying that out loud, but I do think that's what's going to happen. Leave your own opinions in the comments. Be respectful. I will see you guys in the next one. Keep God first. I'll see you guys. Peace.